Saturday Night Baseball downtown at Petco Park in San Diego. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Colorado Rockies and the San Diego Padres. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Joe Musgrove, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, one of the keys to this guy is throwing strikes. He's not a big strikeout pitcher, only averages less than 7 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. So he's more of a pitch-to-contact guy, and you'll know if he's on early. He needs to get quick outs early in counts.
So now here is Raimel Tapia. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First offering. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Guys, the Swingin' Friars, as they take the field here tonight, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
Hey, Matty V, we're taking a look at a team right here, D-Row. Through 5 games of this homestand, they're 3-2. I know they were expecting more, but they'd like to win this one here today and get that up to 4-2 on this homestand.
Yeah, this is an important one right here. You don't want to go 500 first 6 games, especially at home. On the road, you can deal with it. At home, this is a must-win.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Oh, and a nice changeup that time gets him to swing right through it as the leadoff man is down on strikes to open up the ball game. So bases are empty with 1 out now, and up steps Garrett Hampson to bat. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate, Rusty Valentine.
Hey, you know, D-Row, Rusty Valentine, he's known for having a high and a low strike zone, but he's pretty good east and west. You better keep it on the corners.
Yeah, I'm okay with Rusty's zone, without question. You know he's going to elevate. It's north-south, so you're aware of it. As a veteran player, you can live with that.
Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-2.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, D-Row, this guy's been due. He really needed that one.
And that'll bring in Charlie Blackmon. 0-1 the count. Blackmon behind, no balls and 2 strikes. And he may have been a little rattled by the threat of the stolen base as a balk has been called, and that'll move the runner to second after all. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Ready with another 0-2. Hit back up the middle, scooped up, and there are 2 away now. And a chance now to check out the visiting Colorado Rockies. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, I'm definitely excited to watch Trevor Story in this one. He's certainly a guy to watch out there in this lineup. Everything he does makes them click. When he's swinging the bat, well, they just go.
So no need to wait, as here he is. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. And the run scores to give the Rockies an early 1-0 lead. And he is in at third base with an RBI triple.
Man, the pitcher was this close to getting out of the inning and leaving that runner stranded, but the guy standing on third had other ideas, driving in the first run of the game.
Josh Fuentes to the plate now, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Runner in scoring position with two gone. And that one yanked just foul. Swing and a miss for strike three. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over. A run for the Rockies in the inning, and it comes via the RBI triple. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 1-0 Colorado. Antonio Senzatella, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
You know, Matt, I think this guy really is looking for a redeemer in this one. Went into the sixth inning in this last start, couldn't quite get out of the sixth, ended up taking the loss, and I'm sure that hurt, and he's expecting a lot more out of himself in this start here today.
And stepping in, Jurickson Profar. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Well, boys, we take a look at the Rockies starting play here tonight. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this team has been playing really well right now, and this is case in point. Chance to jump out again to another 1-0 lead. They've really been doing that. They've been on attack, early offensive, almost ambush-like approaches to their at-bats, and it's working for them.
Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike two. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
The 2-2.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Spoils another one, and this is exactly what you're looking for out of your leadoff hitter. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 8th pitch of the at-bat. There's ball 4.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
At the plate now is Gosuke Kato. Runner at first to start the inning. And Dan, when it comes to pitching in the rain, what changes?
I think the most difficult part, Matt, is the ball gets slippery. It's hard to keep your hands dry, and if you don't have a good feel on that grip, it's hard to control where you're going to throw the ball.
Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. Ball 2 as the breaking ball misses inside.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
There's one on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
Here's Will Myers. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. And he fouls this one off. Kato stands at first with 1 out. A 1-2 count to Will Myers.
Not likely to see a 4th fastball in this situation. I'm going to eliminate the fastball if I'm at the plate right here.
Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball.
That turns out to be a good take on that front door breaking ball, but you have to wonder if that pitch buckled him at all. That was really close to clipping the inside corner.
And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2. Runner at first here, one man out.
Runners
on the move for second. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. The next 3-2 is taken high, but for a called strike 3.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Standing in now, Nick Tanalou, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. Curveball taken for a strike on the inside.
Hey, I don't blame him for giving up on that curveball. That was a rainbow coming out of the sky. Stole a strike.
A runner on first with 2 away. A ball and 2 strikes now.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Gonna have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Now a swing and a fly ball. Blackmon on the move, but this will land untouched. He's set. Here's the 2-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Now the payoff pitch home. Fastball right back to the mound, and he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Padres leave 1. They still trail 1-0. Start of the second here in San Diego, and let's check in with Heidi for a little bit more on the weather.
Well, Matt, these conditions aren't really ideal for baseball right now, but I am hearing that they're expected to improve as the game progresses. The grounds crew told me between innings that the field's in good shape. They're going to continue to work on keeping it dry, but we should be in for more favorable weather later in the game.
Let's hope, Heidi, for all of our sake, that Mother Nature takes that front and passes it through without an incident.
At times, you have to stay focused, though. For me, a little dampness, a little rain, a little weather coming through might actually do the infield dirt a little good. Some guys like to keep it bone dry. I like it a little wet. Ball stays down.
Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Lifetime numbers against Joe Musgrove. He's 1 for 3. Hit down the line at first. Fielded cleanly by Hosmer, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
So here's how the San Diego Padres are positioned defensively. And fellas, the one thing I'm excited about today is watching this team flash the leather, picket and grin. In the National League, this team has the highest fielding percentage. That screams to their pitchers taking them to some nice steak dinners on the road.
Into the box, Colton Welker. Swing and a high fly ball out to left field. He's through first and hustling for second, and that's off the left field wall, and he'll reach second now with 1 away.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
At the plate now, Jose Brusino, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. And it's 1-1. skied into straightaway right. Myers is under it. 2 down.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 49, Antonio.
Now at the plate is Antonio Senzatella, and a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. Rockies strand 1. He played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Up next is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
The shortstop.
Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Count 1-0.
High in the air down the right field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1. Into the windup and the pitch. Off-speed pitch misses here, and he runs it to 3-1.
He walked a guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
The 3-1 pitch. Soft liner to the right side, but no problem at first, and that's the first out.
Batting sixth.
So here's how the Colorado Rockies are positioned defensively. And let's focus our attention on shortstop Trevor Story. We get it, big-time power, but also adequate on the defensive side. Taking over after Troy Tulowitzki left couldn't be easy, and Trevor Story did a heck of a job.
Eric Hosmer stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. Lifted down the line in left. Left fielder giving chase. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, Ryan.
And now Brian O'Grady. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
Nope. That's inside.
The 1-0. A bouncer up the middle. Reined in. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Clearly enjoying their time here at the ballpark, as are we. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Striding in is Raimel Tapia. Struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. But this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1. So with 1 away now, let's quickly give you a look at the standings in the National League West entering play today as you see where these 2 teams sit in relation to one another. So 1 away now in the Colorado third, and up steps Garrett Hampson to bat.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Hit in the air down the left field line. There to play it is Profar, and there are 2 away.
The right fielder, number 19.
Next to stand in is Charlie Blackmon. He bounced out last time up. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Myers is under it. And he makes the play to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. But they're on top 1-0. Bottom of the third now, and that'll bring up Luis Camposano.
For the Padres, the catcher.
First pitch coming, here it is.
Campusano.
They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Lined hard to center field. Tapia is there, and he has it for the first out.
Batting ninth, the pitcher.
So with 1 away, a reminder that Padres baseball continues all season long on the show as you get a look there at what's on tap for the Friars over the next 7 days. So bases are empty with 1 gone, and that'll bring up the San Diego area native pitcher Joe Musgrove. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second, right to him. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone here in the home third.
The left fielder, number 10, Jurickson.
Here's Jurickson Profar. First offering.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence, he's got great body language on the mound, he's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Barely able to make contact, down 0-2 now. Now here's the pitch. Padres still with the big goose egg in the hit column thus far. Fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Well, I think that pitch is the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
We've got ourselves an awesome battle going on right here. Bottom line, the guy who's going to win this situation is the guy who executes.
Still 2-2.
You can visibly see the body language of this guy on the mound is completely changed during this at bat. 6 foul balls has to be.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Padres down in order. They're down 1-0. And that brings in the power hitting shortstop Trevor Story. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Trevor Story.
And now the first pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0 is taken for a ball as that slider broke off the plate.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
I got 2 on the count.
Much too quick on the trigger there. It's 2-1.
Hey, as a hitter, you got to tip your hat right there. 2-0, you're sitting all over a piece of cheese, and he pulls the string right there. Let's see if the batter makes an adjustment and sits changeup right here.
Curveball got him swinging for the first out. So with 1 away, let's punch up the graphic and show you the pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters here in the 4th inning. And both guys can go back and get it when they need to. 96 on the one hand, 94 on the other. Digging in next, Josh Fuentes struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
First pitch on its way.
No, listen.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Hard ground ball to third. He's got it. And there's out number 2.
The left fielder, number 22, Sam Hilliard.
So 2 out, nobody on. And now digging in will be Sam Hilliard. Now the first pitch. Boy, not the way he wanted to start out here. It's 0-1.
Man, he's looking sharp so far. 80% of his first pitches are for strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies, but they lead it 1-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll give way to the rookie second baseman, Gosuke Kato.
Still a big bagel in that hit column, and this is where the frustration can start setting in on a team if they're not careful. It's never a good feeling when you know the guy out there on the mound is completely shutting you down.
Now the 1-0. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Now the 1-1 pitch. Left side, but well foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And this is swung on and missed. And this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd, with a strikeout. And there's 1 away.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
So here's Will Myers. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. First time up, he went down looking. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
I know he's down in the count right now, and it's not looking good, but he's been swinging the bat so well lately. I don't think he minds this one bit.
Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
I love a well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2.
That was another good pitch and a tough call that could have gone either way. He couldn't get him to bite on it again, so the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
That's his 2nd strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
So now to the plate, Nick Tanalou. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. On the run is Tapia. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They trail this one 1-0. So now to the plate, Colton Welker. He'll look to light a spark under this lineup that hasn't found the scoreboard since back in the first inning.
Yeah, and for me, the story has been the starting pitching they faced. It's been very difficult to rebound and, quite frankly, dominate after getting roughed up a bit in the first inning of a start. So I'll give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do.
Now here's the pitch. As he can't catch up on a fastball at the letters, and it's strike one.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch heater.
Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. Lays off the slider that time, 2-1.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
Swing and a miss, and he'll start the fifth the same way he ended the fourth, with a punch out, one away.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
In the air down the line in left, but this will wind up being a foul ball. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. He'll try again, 1-2.
I got to count 2-2.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
Line drive to left. There to play it is Profar, and there are 2 away.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
In now for Colorado, Antonio Senzatella. Now the pitch.
All bets are off for the offense right now. This guy's got a low pitch count. He's attacking his zone. They have to get more aggressive. This guy's not going anywhere.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Swing and a miss, and that's out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They lead it 1-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with San Diego's manager during the inning break about the Padres' offensive production to this point. And he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. And that'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can tell in between innings, the veterans in that dugout going up and down the line, trying to keep this lineup from getting super frustrated. They just have to find a way to piece it together. Maybe pass the baton, get some wheels in motion, maybe get aggressive on the base pass if they can get somebody on. Hey, boys, you talking about getting your ace swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Great arm action on that two-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
And a slider. Oh, got a favorable call on that one, as that's the first out of the
Up
inning.
next to the Padres, the first baseman.
So one gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. And now a pitch on the way. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball one. A ball and a strike to the Padres' first baseman. The 1-1. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a line drive. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now.
The center fielder, number 5, Ryan O'Grady.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Ball, action time.
No runs, no hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Padres. Swung on, but fouled off to the left.
Think he was sitting on that pitch right there? He absolutely smoked that ball. You could tell the grimace on his face that he wanted to keep that one fair.
And it's fouled away.
Hey, offense needs to check itself right here. They need to make this starter a little bit more uncomfortable. One strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Fouled off.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
And he fouls this one off. Again, a 1-2. This is on the ground over to first. Scooped up, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. More from the show, Saturday Baseball, following this message and a word from our local stations. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Raimel Tapia. He'll open it up in the Colorado 6th. First offering on its way. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. Count even now at 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
Here comes the 1-2. Is taken for ball 2.
Don't be surprised if he gets another back foot slider right here. Don't think for a second, just because he took the first one, that this pitcher won't come back exactly the same way.
Two pitch is fouled away. Into the windup and the pitch. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Always tough for one of these base umpires to make a call on a guy's check swing. It's not a great angle, and everything happens so quickly, so they really have to be paying attention out there. Looking at the replay, I think he got it right, so that's a tip of the cap for the Blue.
First offering. No balls and 1 strike. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. 0-2 count and the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Hit the other way out toward right field. After it is Myers. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out. So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs. And you can see there they're just 1 place off the top spot in the NL in that category. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. First delivery to him. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That evens it up 1-1. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. Fouled away. Another 1-2 delivery. 2-2.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
3-2 now.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so wouldn't you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches?
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the 3rd out. 1-2-3 go the Rockies, but they're up 1-0. Next up is Luis Campusano. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Luis Campusano.
First offering on its way.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
Yeah, this is straight survival mode. Down 0-2. The numbers are definitely not with the batter here.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the 1st out.
He's racking up a fair amount of strikeouts now out there. That's 6 to this point. So he's got good stuff, and he's fooling a lot of these hitters.
Manny Machado will come on as a pinch hitter to try and make an impact with 1 away. First pitch of the AB now. And he's got that batting line up near the 300 mark entering play. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
That pitch looked like it could have been a little high, but he's been calling that pitch all night. Kind of rough for a pinch hitter, but I'm sure his teammates let him know that's where the zone has been.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Good heater to strike him out there, and he looks absolutely locked in to start this inning. That's back-to-back punch-outs on only 6 pitches.
Jurickson Profar digs in next. Yes, he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's fouled away. 2 out, nobody on. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
When a pitcher puts you in the proverbial rocking chair.
And he struck him out, so it might be time to begin the countdown as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. Padres down in order. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Tim Hill is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Trevor Story. He'll start the 7th in what's been a fast-moving pitcher's duel to date. As he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. A pause and the 0-2. And he misses there, 1-2. Down the left field line and deep. And foul. The next 1-2 pitch fouled off. Now another 1-2. And strike 3 called as he gets a little help there. 1 away.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Stepping in now, Josh Fuentes. And he commits to the pitch inside, and he definitely went around. That's strike 1. No hits to this point. 1-1 to the Rockies' first baseman. Now the 1-1 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. Popped him up. Tanalou has room in foul territory, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 22.
Next to dig in, Sam Hilliard. In his career versus this pitcher, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. No balls and a strike to count. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he's way off balance with the swing there. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Here now the 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
In now, Colton Welker. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. The 1-0.
You thank your lucky stars when you get a chance to hit behind a guy with as much speed as he has on first base. The entire defense is on guard, and you know probably there's a fastball coming.
Hilliard is off at first with 2 away. High fly ball out to straightaway center. O'Grady will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1 left for Colorado, but they're on top 1-0. So now into the box is Gosuke Kato. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. And he looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Story backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop out. Well executed pitch there.
Into the box now, Will Myers. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And he fouls this one off. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
High leverage at bat here, and standing in it'll be Nick Tanalou, and he represents the potential go-ahead run. First pitch of the AB on its way. Grounded up the first baseline. Fielded cleanly. One there. On to first. It's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. 7 no-hit innings now as he closes in on his masterpiece. 8th inning coming up. Rockies lead it 1-0. Now at the plate here is Jose Brusino. He'll start us off in the 8th. And that's in there for strike 1. Sent on the ground out to second. He's right there. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. A look here at our starter comparison. And again, I don't want to be called the jinx, but the number to watch is in that hit column on the left side of your screen. A big 0. From the stretch, Antonio Senzatella stands in as he checks his swing here for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ground ball right side. Hosmer has it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now back, the center fielder, Raimel Tapia.
Stepping in once again is Raimel Tapia. He went down on strikes last time up. First pitch on its way. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. And another foul ball.
Hey, that fastball caught too much of the plate on an 0-2 count.
He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. But they lead it 1-0. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring forth the slugging shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Fernando Tatis.
First offering on its way. The 0-1. Unable to find the zone with the slider. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Trying to send him packing for the 2nd time. Swing and a liner. Base hit, and the no-hitter comes to an end here in inning number 8.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. Should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
Here comes manager Bud Black out of the dugout heading for the mound. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Michael Givens is on to pitch here in the 8th with nobody out. The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Waiting on it is Tapia. 1 out. Next, it'll be Brian O'Grady. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Seared down the first baseline. And this will get past him down the line at first. It's a fair ball. And they'll have runners at 2nd and 3rd following the 1-out double. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at 2nd base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they could get on. Got to take it one good at-bat at a time.
This one's down to 3rd. He's got it. And the throw to first will take care of him, but it comes at a cost as the tying run is in to score.
I like that he didn't try to do too much there. All he needed was a ground ball to tie this thing up, and that's exactly what he does. That's great situational hitting.
Tommy Pham will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. He's set, and the pitch. The numbers, 282 to start play, 13 home runs, and 36 RBIs. Pham with an even 1-1 count now. In his career against this pitcher, a number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. Two and 1.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
To 2-2 now.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor and he's swinging a pitch that bad? Not good.
fouled away. Started to go around, but it's a called third strike anyway, and that will retire the side. A big-time strikeout and some raw emotion as he gets out of the jam. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. Michel Baez will be on the mound to start the ninth inning, and his job will be keeping the ball game tied until the bottom half. So here is Garrett Hampson. He flew out in his last AB. First offering on its way, and it's fouled away. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. And now a pitch on the way. Fouled off. The 2-2 one more time is swung on and missed. He got him.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
At the plate, Charlie Blackmon. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. Myers is back near the stands as he hauls it in for the second out.
Up next for Colorado.
Trevor Story steps in now. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in an 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the break. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike two.
Hey, there aren't too many power hitters in the game that would let that pitch go by.
And he strikes him out on a good pitch, so 1 run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. Score remains tied 1-1. Now to bat, Jurickson Profar as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
Been a struggle for him hitting from this side. And as a switch hitter, you really hope for some more consistency from both sides of the plate. But that just hasn't been the case for him batting lefty against these good right-handers.
1 ball, no strikes the count. The 1-0. Inside and low, 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Hit back up the middle, scooped up. And the throw to first is in time, 1 gone. And there are the final numbers for the Colorado starting pitcher. He was great all night long.
A brilliant performance, Matty V. As a manager and a pitching coach, all you can ask for is your pitchers to be rock solid, and he was in this one, only allowing 1 hit.
And every pitch so crucial in a tie ball game, so he'll step out and ask for time. Tucupita Marcano steps into the on-deck circle now, looking to start something here with 1 gone in the inning. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. As with 1 away, he won't catch up with the fastball, and it's 0-1. He comes in at .262 on the year. No home runs as of yet, and 4 RBIs. Heading out towards shallow right. Coming in is Blackmon. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Stepping in next, Will Myers. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Ball one, no strike.
Here's the 1-0. High in the air down the right field line. And that will end up a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. A ball and 2 strikes.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Waiting on it is Tapia. And no problem with that one, as we are headed for extra innings. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means we'll have to go a little longer tonight to find a winner. 10th inning coming up, all tied at 1-1. Tucupita Marcano will remain in the game at second base after coming on as a pinch hitter in the last half inning. We are into extra innings, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Josh Fuentes.
Baseman number 8, Josh Fuentes.
Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way, bare minimum, to move this runner over to third.
Behind 0-2 now. Now the 0-2 pitch. Got him on a good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
The batter will be Sam Hilliard. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now a line drive, and that may be enough to break our tie. That's down for extra bases. And the go-ahead run will score from second as they've taken the lead here in the late going. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
Boy, those have to feel really good, D-Row. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the second inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did. This is a situation where you're going strictly for the strikeout. Infield in, and from the offensive standpoint, you're just trying to create hard contact and get it by that infield.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Colton Welker goes down for out number 2 in the top half. So next to bat will be Jose Brusino. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
2-0 now. The 2-0.
Ball 3.
Oh, that's a tough call for Blue right there. Either way you call it, somebody doesn't like it. But hey, that's the life of an umpire.
3-1 the count now. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
When the pitcher on the mound
got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. But they do get on the board in the inning on this run-scoring triple. Last chance coming up for the Padres. It's now 2-1 Colorado. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Scott Oberg enters the game here an inning later than usual as he'll try to close this one out in the 10th. So stepping in is Nick Tanalou. A base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. He's set. Here it comes. And that misses low and away. Ball one. On the ground to the left side. Owings has it. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. One away.
Now batting, shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Next to the plate for the Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. trying here to plate the tying run from second. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a swing as he foul tips it here, and right off his arm behind the plate. That hurts. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And he fouls this one off. Myers, the runner at second with one away. Fouled away. The next 0-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Jake Cronenworth will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. He'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1.
Man, that's one of those. How could you not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
The 1-1 to 1-2 now. 2 out here and a runner at second. San Diego down to their final strike. In tight with the slider. 2-2. Struck him out, so he'll strand the possible tying run at second, and a great job of working out of trouble as this ball game is over.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Michael Givens gets the win in relief, his second of the year. Scott Oberg wraps it up for the save, his 20th of the season. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victory.
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the National League West, the Rockies earned the 3-game series sweep as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park, 6-0. Entering the day's action,